Hi folks, Clint Koble here. I'm running for Congressional District number 2 in northern Nevada, which represents almost all of the northern half of Nevada. One of the things that I hear from all people, regardless of party affiliation, is health care, or what I call sometimes the lack thereof. I'm here today with a good friend, Emily Reese, who has a great story about the trials and tribulations of healthcare and what it presents to this country as far as challenges. Emily, you want to tell us about what's happened to you in healthcare?
Well, what I've appreciated the most, Clint, is that you've been willing to be able to chat with me personally about it and that you care. And so I want to start off with that and say thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you've become a friend. I appreciate that. My story is essentially dealing with cancer for the last 8 years. I'm not unlike a lot of people in this country where we have to sometimes struggle to figure out even what our health insurance will cover, and it's often based on either employment insurance or the ACA or just private insurance. So I've dealt with all of those in the past 8 years. Currently, I'm on Medicaid. I was diagnosed as a terminal issue for cancer, so terminal colon cancer. But one of the things that I've appreciated the most about Clint's approach is that he's been talking about how to do it sensibly, how to get universal health care for everyone. He does support that, and I appreciate that, because really, ultimately, our lives are what makes America the best, right? It's not so much philosophies or thinking about how we're going to run a country. It's actually the people in it. We need to take care of the people in it, and the best way to do that is to start with healthcare for everyone, that everyone has access to, that is quality, that is affordable. And so I appreciate Clint's stance on that.
Well, Emily, you hit a lot of great points. First of all, I agree with you that no nation is great unless it takes great care of its own, and that's really, really important. As for universal health care, the reason why it's so important, Emily, is that under the current system, like you, if you contract cancer, miss work, lose your job, lose your insurance, there's no fallback. And that's why universal health care is important. It shouldn't be just the luck of the draw that you have an employer. 10 years ago during the recession, a lot of people lost their jobs in their health care, and they didn't find jobs quickly enough to have Cobra coverage, so they were left alone. And that was the situation that would happen to you. The other thing that we need to have is that safety net, like Medicaid. You did everything right in it. You worked, you had health insurance, you thought everything was going great, and all of a sudden, 8 years ago, you got the dreaded news.
Right.
And that changed your life. Eventually you had to stop working, you lost your coverage, and then you were without any help at all. Had it not been for that safety net, it would have put a tremendous strain on you and your 2 teenage daughters.
Yeah.
And that's not right. That's not the way a country should take care of its people. So, yes, I can't believe that we don't have universal health care like most nations in the world. And again, I think the mark of a country is how it takes care of its own. And we need to take care of its own, and especially people like you who face this brave battle and have been, a constant, campaigner for, universal health care and all the things that it can do for our country. So thank you for your bravery.
Yeah, of course.
And your story, and I will certainly carry your story with me wherever I go. And however long I live, I will carry Emily's story and Emily's bill with me.
Yeah.
Hopefully someday when I get to come.
Oh, that would be wonderful. So that's one of the things I want to make sure everyone understands, that I want Clint to use my story and my life in any way possible, because he needs to get elected. He needs to make it through the primary, and then he needs to face Amadei, square up, and actually win and support us and represent us in U.S. Congress. Not only will he be representing Northern Nevada, but he will help make decisions for our nation, and I want him there. So there you go.
And Emily's story is a tough one. When Emily first told me about her terminal condition, I couldn't believe the bravery that she told me about that story that she possessed. And I'm so glad that you've carried that bravery and that inner strength to the public, to your daughters, and to me. And at first it was difficult to talk to people about your story because I didn't want to take advantage of it. But I'm humbled by your bravery. I'm humbled by your story. And I know there's lots of other people in the country that are in the same position. So I want to be your spokesman. I want to be their spokesman. And I want to carry this Emily's bill to Congress someday so we can have universal health care and so we can all live a better life in a great country.
Well, that is beautiful. Thank you so much, Clint.
You're very welcome.
All right.